back in.
I'm so impressed with how physical Florida is at the rim. Even Will Richard on the miss, man, just went right into the chest of a big defender.
Robinson, that's a great job by Gray to screen off and slow it down. We've seen a couple of very nifty offensive moves that stop and start, and that little fadeaway on that last trip down, back up to 14. Robinson pushes Clapshar away, takes it, and makes it.
In this second half.
Teams watching around the country who see how impressive they are. Robinson sees a lane and throws it down.
In this second half on the next one.
They sure are. Gator fans get a little antsy. This is as close as it's been since it was 28-24. Robinson deep in the paint, throws it up, soft touch.
What a cut and a read by Clapshar. And the double team down low, and the kick out was on time and on target.
So far, Jimmy, if Missouri is an exam, Florida has answers to every one of these test questions.
Good point, yeah.
Perkins trying to use his size against Aberdeen. Good ball fake by Robinson. Pretty play.
Boy, he has played well.
Since it was 10-9. Robinson plays with 2 fouls, had him early, missed a lot of time in the first half.
Mississippi State starting to hard hedge that ball screen. Chris Jans wasn't happy with his ball screen defense for the first 20 minutes.
Robinson keeps on going into the paint, a little teardropper.
Carr saves it with a block. Oh, wait, blows the layup. Carr gets it back on the interception, kicks it ahead. Great plays by number 7.
Good teammates clean up the other guy's mess, just like you did at halftime. Anthony Robinson is set.
All the way down goes Robinson. Corner 3, Warwick is well off the mark. So off the mark that it lands in Robinson's hands.
And athletic ability has bothered Jason Edwards. Ooh, tough shot. Tough make. Wow. He been quiet.
He was 0 for 3, and that is his first 3 after a 7-3 game. And Missouri in the game. He's an offensive defensive substitution guy. 7-0 run. Commodores by 2.
And they've not let Anthony Robinson touch it yet. Vanderbilt has it. Now he has it. He's got size advantage on Tanner. Tanner's quick. Robinson using his.
Oh, what an answer. Rob!
Become more aggressive at attacking their guy guarding them, the defender. Arkansas attacked Missouri one-on-one, beat that defender, and then made the backside defense play for Missouri.
Well, maybe like right here, right? Anthony Robinson. That's
trust by the coaching staff with Tony Perkins in games late when the ball's in his hands.
Anthony Robinson, the bullseye in the flush.
Attack doesn't matter, softness of his hands.
13 straight games now for CMB in double figures. He's on the verge of his 9th 20-point game. Again, he has flourished this season as the #1 guy in the sophomore season. Robinson has everybody has produced, and as you mentioned, it's been largely mistake-free ball. Here's an offensive rebound. That one did not get the side of the rim. Robinson contested 15-footer. He's in the double. 30-point lead after the latest Pierce triple. Pringle cannot respond. Or excuse me, that's the freshman Cam Scott. Jacob Cruz pushing. And Missouri is just relentless right now. Largest advantage of the evening. This is a dominant performance against conference foe South Carolina. Robinson!
Rebound by Perkins. It's going to be a game to see what happens. Can't turn it over against a Missouri team that gets out and runs and shoots it well in this building.
Part of the identity of this Missouri team. And Robinson!
10 to 12 seconds. Missouri's got to hold court quickly and see if they can get into the passing lane.
Now Alabama hits threes at a very high rate as well. Youngblood could not hit. Robinson, look how quickly they went from backcourt to front this year. How about Chris Youngblood? Throws one up from distance.
Almost,
and done possession.
And that almost looked like a shot because he hadn't had a shot until.
Oh, Robinson steps into a wide open. Emotions and intensity is very high in this first half. 8 first-half turnovers for Alabama. And Missouri has cashed in, scored 13 points off of that. That is really high rate. Robinson from 15, 14 with less than 2 to go.
A 22% three-point shooter. That's why he was open in the corner.
He didn't play that Auburn game, and he comes back with a vengeance here. Now that is big. Again, this was a 20-point cushion for Missouri a couple of minutes ago. Robinson once again asserts himself.
Left Holloway to potentially try to get a steal on that pass into Nelson. Once he left, Holloway wide open. Holloway, one of the better shooters in the league.
He's 3 of 4 from distance, now into double figures with 11. 12-point game, so that puts it into the 9-0 Missouri run. Robinson, step back from 15.
Kane averaging just under 9 points per game. Missouri also has the leading candidate for 6th man of the year, Caleb Grill, ready to come off the bench, usually early around the 16-minute mark. Robinson probes the baseline, hangs and hits and his brother Jaden Newell also on the team. They would swim, they play piano, but basketball clearly the first love for Asa Newell.
Let's see if Mizzou goes 2 for 1.
Rejected by Newell. They'll say goaltend for Newell.
How about the crafty little pass by Godfrey, though? Big to big.
Dogs have made their last 6 shots now in Missouri.
Same thing, high-low.
And again, no, that time Newell missed it. A little too much English off the window. Georgia snaps a 6 consecutive field goal make streak. And Missouri will try and make them pay on the other end. Robinson with the pump fake, dipsy-do, and a beautiful take by right side of the bubble today. But a home loss and a tough pass by Montgomery leads to an easy deuce. The kind of
Missouri staff.
Another turnover. Again, it's Montgomery, and again it leads to an easy deuce. And the portal has been the difference in taking an 0-19 team to a team that's flirting with their 8th conference win of the year. A 10-0 Missouri run. Georgia's got to find a way to snap it. That will not work.
Offense moving the ball from one side of the floor to the other. Playing on the second side, third side. Mizzou just does not allow you to do a lot of that.
First Georgia points in 4.5 minutes time. Here's the guy who's had the hot hand for Missouri, and he continues to have it. Opening tip is controlled by Mizzou. Missouri coming in ranked number 21 in America and having one of the better resurgent years of any team in college basketball. Another great crowd on hand here at the Mizzou Arena. Oklahoma, man-to-man defense as Robinson probes the baseline, hangs, fires, and hits it high off the window and in. Gates team going back to his days at Cleveland State. Dribbling right into the defense that time, and that'll lead to an easy stuff the other end for Andy. Godwin working on Gray. Oh, a little fade and fire.
I don't mind that shot. It came out of the flow of the offense.
Brill passed up the 3. Fears was there to meet him. Perkins goes to work. Mizzou showing plenty of patience on this possession. Late shot clock down to 7. Down to 5, and he hits it.
6'2". Plays much bigger than that.
Out of Montgomery, Alabama. Another bird.
Yes! How they drew it up. That's the value of having Cam Matthews also being able to play the point guard position. Claudell Harris can come off screens for threes, and of course Hubbard. It's a big point guard right there.
Sellout, whiteout inside Humphrey Coliseum. Mizzou started on that 10-2 run. Hubbard's three, back to a 5-point game. Late shot clock offense, good ball movement here. Robinson with the leader, got it to after the COVID season. He's from Wichita. Remember, he started his career at Iowa State, played for Steve Prohm. When Prohm was let go by Iowa State, transferred to UNLV. Played one season there, only to come back with TJ Otzelberger for a couple of seasons.
Drill guarded by Morrell. And Morrell gives him no space. But none of the defenders do for the Rebels. Look how closely Robinson's on the sideline. In trouble.
Able to get it out to Mitchell. The shot clock already down at 10. From the corner, Robinson. Three is good.
Tigers' big goal is 80 points a game. If they can get there, they do not lose. Kent tried to make it back-to-back. Cruz to Mitchell on the rebound. Talking about a Mizzou team that had a 16-point halftime lead 2 games ago at Florida. They're struggling to hit 16 points before we get to half here in Austin. Hounding defense. Robinson draws the foul and one.
Offense. Robinson out to Mitchell. Gets Big Z in the air. Let that short. New 20. Robinson on the glass. Backbreaker for Arkansas. They're running out of time.
Smart play by Grill. All you want that clock to do is tick, 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 tick.
10 threes for Missouri. They've shot 45% from the floor. Deep one. Oh, Robinson!
Breakfast. I'm sure it's very healthy.
I'm sure it is.
Protein rich.
Absolutely. Back to a 14-point game as Robinson lets it loose a three. Condon in trouble. Finds a guard. That's Martin. He's been quiet, and he'll remain that way on this possession. Gray cradles the rebound.
Another opportunity for the Mizzou to run off that defensive rebound. Got a little mismatch here with Bates on Condon. Good job by Alex Condon. A big fella moving his feet.
That's why the scouts love him. Bates was trying to measure a three on the 6'11" Condon. Couldn't get the space. Robinson wheeling in the paint. Tries to create a little space and hits the little Blue Devils. Tigers milking clock. Timer down to 7. Down to 5. And a three.
And a great drive by A.J. Hogard, who's averaging 17.5 in conference play.
Mike, that's that physicality that I talked about in the open with Hogard. He is just so powerful in the way that he can attack the rim off the bounce.
Robinson on a step-back three. Anthony Robinson from downtown. Oklahoma and A&M. A couple of players going on an absolute heater. Hopefully we'll have a few of those here today. Another turnover forced by that suffocating Missouri defense. Robinson stuck in the lane and somehow sneaks it through right.
But defense is played with your feet.
Robinson brings it up the floor into the hands of Mitchell.
And Mike, you know how I feel about coaches that mix up their defenses.
I think
it should be a rule.
I'm 100% with you. There's no valor in playing man-to-man for 40 minutes every game. There's some valor in that. Yeah, that's a three-point look. When Mark Byington took this job, remember, it was his James Madison squad. You and I had him when they won the Sun Belt Championship down in Pensacola, and then He goes and pulls off a first-round upset in the NCAA tournament, and then already before the second game, he had agreed to take the job at Vanderbilt. When he got there, though, he had to find players. He said it was like a massive game of speed dating just to find out what our roster was going to look like. Robinson
to make him pass the ball out.
Second possession for the Tigers as Mitchell looking to get back to Tony Perkins. Robinson, shot clock at 5. Anthony launches a 3. Got it. Sonny Heat. Robinson passed a little wide. Warwick fortunate to keep it inbounds.
Carter, solid defender. Warwick good with the basketball.
Warwick able to get a little half step on him. Kick to the corner. Robinson 3. He hits another, his second of the night.
Great ability with either right hand or left hand to finish the play.
Fountain can't finish it. He got knocked to the ground.
Well, LSU coaching staff can't be happy with that. One of the first times they've gone to the basket to try to finish at the rim. Guy gets knocked down, no whistle.
Robinson dribbles his way into the lane, pulls up from 10.
The matchup I've wanted to see all night was Pierre on Mark Mitchell in a switch. How would that look? And Pierre really matched the strength of Mark Mitchell to get to the rim and finish.
Robinson answers with a triple. Missouri continues to...
He's leaning out of bounds. Just throw it off the Jacksonville State player and get an extra possession.
Robinson gets it to go. Missouri's largest...
Off a pivot. It really puts big guys in a tough spot there. Josh Gray leaves his feet, and it's an easy dump-off pass, and then you're out of sorts.
Nicholson splits the free throws. 1 point Gamecocks lead. Robinson right up the gut. Got it, plus a foul.
Doesn't have a ton of height or size on him, but on defense, man, he gets a ton of steals and gets those blocks too when the opportunity presents itself.
And he got to the cup.
All the different moves he's got. Definitely an NBA caliber type of offensive player.
Steal off the inbound. Robinson goes straight to the rack.
Gray looking to dish. And now Perkins. Shot clock late. Gray on the glass. Robinson had a sensational second half. Harris all over him, and even with Harrison on the floor with 2.
Yeah, not a surprise. Look at this. This is unbelievable.
Robinson got his hands on another. And the sophomore with the flush. 95 points in their last 2 halves. Second half comeback against Cal. Missouri going deeper to the bench. Trent Pierce at 6'10" on the floor. This is a big lineup, and Mark Mitchell playing the 3 now. You see this lineup very often. Dennis Gates is a tinkerer, though. He's not afraid. Shot clock late. Robinson. Whoa! Right on the top of man. One of the keys, a couple keys tonight for the Cal Bear team. They've got to take care of the basketball. In their loss on the road at Vanderbilt, they turned it over 20 times. They've also got a rebound. Missouri, very aggressive team, active on the boards, and active with their hands defensively.
And a foul and one that will send Anthony Robinson. He started the first 4 games for Cal, was playing extremely well.
And second leading scorer at over 16 points a game. Great player, great career at Grand Canyon, though he had the major knee injury a couple of years ago. But he's a solid player out front for this Bear squad.
And a pull-up jumper, Anthony Robinson.
High jumper. I mean, he will go above the rim, play above it. If Aiden Shaw gets in for Missouri and Olajotha for Cal, it'll be a great matchup. Let's raise the rim to 13 feet.
Just for those 2 guys.
Just for those 2. Blackshear is very physical.
Step back. And it rattles home for Anthony Robinson the second. Tritas Petritis saves it. And now Andrei Stojakovic slithers inside. Missed. Mark Mitchell clears. Here comes Mizzou.
Roxy, I think Cal has to have answers early because Missouri's going to push this tempo. They're going to trap on the defensive end. I think Cal's got to have some early baskets.
Sealing the defense. Josh Gray clear. 7 17 for Wilkinson, his third three.
Yeah, rarely do you say that you're going to go to a freshman to get you big buckets. But I think the Cal Bears have a guy that they can do this all season long.
And a strong move by Anthony Robinson.
Caught in different plays. Or the other problem Anthony Robinson's got to be careful of, if he's driving the lane, don't pick up a charge.
13 now for Stojakovic, who's been in double figures in all 8 games for Cal this year.
I'd say Robinson's got to be careful only when he's playing against Blackshirt. Do not push off with your weak arm. They're going to call a foul eventually in this ballgame.
Now throwing a zone at Mizzou. 5 to shoot for Robinson. Into the lane. Robinson to the bucket. 17. Right up your alley.
I love it. There's really only one side of the game, just offense. Don't worry about that other side.
I don't think your old coach, Norm Sloan, would agree with that, though. The up and under. Pretty move, Anthony Robinson in transition. He leads Cal with 19. But quickly back the other way. Anthony Robinson.
You just can't allow so many layups, especially to a smaller squad.
A little crossover and just beat him off the bounce. 17-15 with 11:20 to play. Spinning away from the defender, Robinson on the left side of the lane, scoops it up and it rims home to tie it at 17. Free throw, good. Lead is 12 with less than 13 to play. A little token full court pressure. Bouknight guarding Warwick. Warwick coming from right to left in the front court, middle of the court. Bounces it right elbow, back to the basket. Gray, backdoor cut Robinson, and gets into the paint. Puts it up right center of the basket and knocks it down.
Early in this season, Dennis has said the last couple of days he wants to play 10, maybe 11 or 12 guys. And that's what we've seen for Missouri early in this season.
Already getting Caleb Grill in the game, he definitely allows his guys to push the pace. Good ball in transition to get out. They got to really contest three-point shots.
How about Anthony Robinson? Robinson on the drop. Can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound and the putback. And a double 7-2 early. We'll see if Missouri can keep pushing the pace here. Robinson left wide open, drills the three. Good recognition. The percentages have come around for Mizzou. Coulibaly swiped away. Out on the run, Anthony Robinson, the steal and the score.
And that's what he does. I mean, you might, you clearly you're paying it more attention than I was. Yeah.
Chicago State, 2019, I want to say.
Oh, okay. I think I might be.
You weren't playing anymore, that's for sure.
Okay.
Anthony Robinson, step back 15-footer for NVSU tonight. They 10 to shoot. This little step back. Battle for the rebound, and Caleb Grill comes out with it. Missouri pushing tempo. Cruz. Robinson resets. Robinson attacking the basket. He's done this a lot early in the season and twists around. Robinson baseline. There's a three for Boateng. In and out. But look who's right there. Board, bucket, foul from three. And again, the triple is keeping Howard in this game. Coast to coast, Robinson and the foul. With another three, his first of the night. From a 13-point game to a 10-point game. Robinson, a 12-point game. From three-point range.
Yeah, it's a little lopsided on the three-point side of the ball. You know, I think Missouri has weathered the storm. You know, one thing that you and I kind of talked about off the air is really the aggressiveness of Mitchell doesn't appear to be as aggressive as it was in the first half.
See if Missouri can get him the ball. He still hasn't scored here in the second half. 7 minutes to go. Robinson puts it on the floor into traffic and somehow found a way to make it.
Looked like Tamar Bates didn't have anywhere to go there, but was able to slip that ball through the seam there. For,
a turnover. Robinson spins, scores, and one.
Aaron gets the rebound.
This is where Memphis is really good in transition.
Pulled up by Rogers, no. Loose ball into the hands of Scoop Bates. Leaves it nicely for Robinson.
Bench, right? 12 to 6 bench points right now.
Memphis turns it over. Yeah, this is a very, very deep team. They have a couple of freshmen who are out tonight, and we'll see if we see Boateng. But you're talking about a team with 15, 16 guys. They're not using all those guys. That one goes for Robinson, and that's 3.
It's by Nick Jourdain there.
Gray got his hand on that. He poked it away right to his teammate, Robinson. Coast to coast, lays it in. The speedster, Anthony Robinson.
It may be a dagger. It may be the dagger.
Off the pine, and he drains his third triple. That's got, oh, they call another block.
Wow.